What do they do differently, if anything at all, now that DeAndre Swift won't be available on Sunday?
I don't think they do anything at all. I don't think the change in the game plan is deciding upon if DeAndre Swift plays or not. I think Kyle Monangai, fortunately for us, is he does everything well, first, second, and third down. He's a fast twitch player. And I think Brown behind him, 38, who's got some good carries from the preseason, I think he deserves an opportunity to see the field and on how he sees it and what he's learned since the beginning of the season, mostly playing on the practice squad, but getting an opportunity to play in the game. So I don't think anything should change in terms of how Ben Johnson kind of feels where the attackable parts of the Cincinnati defense are.
Yesterday, Declan Doyle said they're doing some unorthodox things in practice to try to get the penalties out of their system, or what and we were guessing and having fun with it. What do you think, Tom, could be an unorthodox thing to do in a practice to get this stuff to stop?
I could see anything from speeding up the process from breaking the huddle to snapping the ball, telling them there's only a certain amount of seconds on the play clock before you have to get the ball off, trying to maybe increase the noise to make it a little bit more dysfunctional in terms of your ability to communicate, maybe simplifying the terminology a little bit to condense it so you have more time breaking the huddle. All those things that can, challenge a team, but that's in practice. I think it's really, you'll see the results of it in the game if they go out there and they have a mistake-free afternoon.
Tom, what kind of, I say this half laughing, but what kind of punishment can they actually, put out there for them if, in fact, in practice and they're trying to do things like this and guys are still making mistakes? Are guys running? I mean, it's 2025. I know they would run us until we would fall out. What do they do to try to inspire them to not make these mental mistakes?
If it becomes an epidemic, it's almost like you have to say, okay, is there a player that behind this player that deserves it's been, making sure he's practicing mistake-free football, that he deserves an opportunity? Are there guys that are replaceable that if they're making so many mistakes that they're not showing any significant signs of improving in that area? Then, everybody's job is up for the competition of it. And if you're making mistakes repeatedly and you can't seem to get a grasp of them, then you do have to look to be removed. But again, I still think there's time that they're in the process of learning this offense, the terminology, and it's not something that, let's look at it in week 14 and 15 to see where they're at that point. I still think that this is a kind of a scenario where they're all in the learning process of everything that goes about in that part of the system.
Tom, how important a game is this for Caleb? I mean, this is an opportunity against a defense that is reeling, to be kind, an opportunity for him to go out there, have a good game, and feel good about himself and get himself pointed in the right direction. I get it. It's a team game. But as much as winning this game is important, and I won't deny that, how important is it for him to come out of this game having a good one?
I think it's significant because, last week when Ben Johnson said that he should have thrown the check down route to Monangai rather than throwing the interception, just little challenges like that are from the head coach to the quarterback saying, look, you can't do that anymore, and it's not the right decision. You got to fall within the architect of our offense. If you go back and as a team they evaluate that tape, in every single one of his passes, if they take it and they stop it at his drop foot and then they look at the all 22, are you making the right decision? Are you missing open players? If you have a 1-2-3 option within your reads, are you looking at all of them and then are you making the right choice? I just think that if he's getting the protection that he deserves, if he's got a group of receivers that he can trust. Now Cole will be back and Colston and the crew. And if you're throwing a high percentage of completions, and then that's telling you a lot of the positive things that you want to see and you want Caleb to show. And so I think it's a significant game. One of my thinking processes is Al Golden, the defensive coordinator. He's got 2 rookie linebackers, and how do they react to the influence of the offense and to the initial movement of either the offensive line selling play action or a running game, how the running backs are going to hit the hole, because these linebackers, they're inexperienced, but they're playing really fast. And so that's what we got to see, how all that stuff kind of fits together.
Has the doorbell been ringing of your home, and what are you handing out for Halloween?
I have the mixed candy bar, Hershey candy bars, and I have Reese's peanut butter cups, but I have a sign on my door, and it says "My Candy," and it's pointing to the ladies next door, because I can't have Lou having these guys knock on the door so often, and he'll just go absolutely crazy. And so the ladies next door, they hand out my candy.
Well, that's good. So it's a 2-for-1. You go to that house, and then they don't ring your doorbell.
Correct.
All right.
Will you be taking a niece or a nephew around the neighborhood tonight?
No, I will not. I'll probably play possum inside my house and let the ladies next door handle it. I'm not. Okay. I like the trick or treating and everything. And John Henry, my 8-year-old great nephew, he's dressed as Lincoln. He came by already to show me his outfit.
Do you remember your favorite costume growing up as a kid?
I think I went at the same thing every single year. I went as a hobo because it's
it's so funny, Tom. That must be a Midwestern thing,
is.
Because I went as a hobo 3 or 4 times as a kid, too.
Yeah, it was getting like one of my dad's flannel shirts, an old beat-up work hat, and, the dingiest jeans that you had, and, just...
You know what I think it is? Now that I think about it, it's a really inexpensive way to go out on Halloween. You don't have to... my mom and dad didn't have to go out and buy anything. I would just wear, some of my own dingy stuff.
Right.
Or some of my dad's dingy stuff.
And you rip it up,
yeah.
right?
Right.
Little charcoal on the face, like dirt.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing. Go out and get some mud, rub it on your face, and go for that 3 hours and try to get as many sacks of candy as possible.
If Jeff Joniak was going to get dressed up for Halloween, what would you anticipate Joniak would dress up as?
A play-by-play guy.
Right, like a play-by-play guy, or
that would be me.
Damn, I don't know, something grumpy.
Yeah,
like maybe one of the dwarfs.
Yes,
grumpy.
Yeah, I love it.
That's good. That's good. Tom, great stuff. We hope we will see you.
Yeah, tomorrow, late afternoon, early evening.
And I hope to as well.
I'll be in the booth for the game. So
boy.
Just I'm giving you the warning now.
Good luck with that, buddy.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we got the Instagram thing out of the way then.
It's good. I like it.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, little
See you guys.
Z, too. Yeah, little Z. Look at what Sylvie's doing. Like Joniak said, hey, you ever get concerned? It's a little too much swearing on those things.
Yeah, I think Thayer basically called you a gambling